So remember, the reason why we reviewed solving equations, so 1 and 2 step equations, is because we are going to be using our linear equations to solve problems. So like last week, we still have to write the equations first. So remember, we have to write them in y equals mx plus b, that slope-intercept form. And remember, we are using we're going to use word problems, and that is our goal, is to solve word problems using slope-intercept form and solving equations. So if you remember this example from last week, is you and your friends go to the state fair. It costs $6 to get into the fair and $2 each time you go on a ride. So remember, because this is each time, that the slope here is 2 and the y-intercept is 6. So if we have y equals mx plus b, our equation is y equals 2x plus 6, where x is the rides, specifically how many rides we go on, and then y is then going to tell us what is the total cost here. So if I am using this equation, y equals 2x plus 6, I want to know how much would it cost to go on 8 rides at the state fair. So if we're looking back, remember we defined this as the rides and this as the cost. So I'm trying to find the cost. So the 8 rides goes in the spot for x. So 2 times 8 plus 6. Well, 2 times 8 is 16. 16 plus 6 is 22. So it would cost $22 to go on 8 rides, okay? Or if you knew to do that, 2 times 8 and then just add the 6, that's another way to do it as well, okay? So then now with the same problem, meaning the same equation, I now want to know how many rides did we go on if we spent $30. So now I know the total cost. So 30 equals 2x plus 6. So if we look at this now that I have this set up, this looks like solving equations from what we reviewed in the first video lesson. So I draw my line. I'm going to subtract 6. So 24 equals 2x. We're going to divide by 2. 12 equals x. So if we spent $30, we went on 12 rides. That's the answer, okay? We're going to do one more example with this. So at a book fair, a tote bag costs $5 and books cost $3.50 each. So if I were to think about this, y equals mx plus b, well, the tote bag, you buy one tote bag. So our y-intercept is 5, and our slope is the $3.50. So if I were to plug this into the equation, remember m is slope, and then b is the y-intercept. All right, so there's our equation. So y equals $3.50 times the number of books plus the $5. So like last time where x was the rides, here x is the books and y is the cost. All right. So how much would you spend if you bought 3 books? So it goes into this spot. So 3.5 times 3 is $10.50 plus 5. So it would be $15.50. So you would spend $15.50. That's if I bought 3 books. Now, like last time, I know I spent $19, so that goes in for the cost. And I want to know how many books did I buy if I spent $19. So it goes in here for the cost. We're going to subtract 5 first. So 14 equals $3.50 times x. We're going to divide by the $3.50. So 14 divided by 3.50 equals 4. So we bought 4 books. All right. So that is the end of this video lesson on how we can use linear equations to solve problems.